Hello. Please excuse the messy state of my desk, which I seem to say every week, and drop me a thumbs up or a comment when you get here. Okay. Hi, Bev. Right, so I thought I would show you this journal page, which is on the blog today. There's lots of lovely things on the blog. Hi, Alison. Yeah, so yeah, feel free to send some stars. I do apologise, it is a complete mess, my desk. Okay. So I did leave a blog post earlier and said that, hi Moira, said that if there was anything particular you wanted me to do tonight, to let me know, and nobody's let me know anything, so it's going to be one of those impromptu ones. Yeah, and if there is anything that you would like me to, anything that you want to see, just shout. Okay. So do we want more pastels or do we want more brightness? Let's choose that first. Do we want to go for something colourful or something a little more subdued? Hi, Lynn. Right, you let me know what you think. And hi, Kim. Oh, Moira, you've done a sterling job. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Maxine. Oh, it's lovely to have you all here joining me tonight. Yeah, so the other reason I've left it open at that page is I don't know if you can see those splatters, those sparkly splatters. Those are the so I splattered it with Distress Spritz picked raspberry. It's rather good. Bright. Alison wants bright. I'm all for that. Yeah, let's do bright. How bright do we want it? Shall I go shall I go that sort of bright? What do we think? Yeah, and if there's any particular stamps or anything like that that you want me to use, shout out those as well, and I will use them. Okay. Rightio. How do we send stars? Just at the bottom where it says write a comment, there should be a star symbol next to it, and I think you can send a certain number before you have to pay for them or something. I can't quite remember, but feel free to do that. Let's see if I can do that. Star cluster. Don't know. Okay. Right, shall we get started then? Shall we go? I know what to do. Okay. So, I thought we'll get some shimmer paint out. So this one is called, is it Pure Sunshine? That one. Okay, nice and bright. That's the fresh lime. Tangerine Dream. Have we got any yellowy? I might have to include a bit of lemon drop as well. Okay. So we will create our background with these. Now then, somewhere on this table, and can I see it? No. I have got a palette, but never mind. I'll use this mat and it'll be fine. Oh, fabulous. Thanks, Moira. Okay. So that's lemon drop. Can you see that all right? I'm just waiting for it to catch up. Okay. Oh, my Pure Sunshine doesn't it feels like it's solid, that does. Oh, yeah, it's quite solid. Might have to water that one down. And the fresh lime feels a bit solid as well. There we go. And this one is the Tangerine Dream shimmer paint. Yeah, so that one's slightly darker. So we're going for citrus tones. Okay, so this is anything but pastel. I'm sorry I set such difficult challenge themes. I thought pastel would be, you know, okay. Right. I think I'm going to go for like diagonal stripes. Well, not quite diagonal, but yeah. Jaunty angle, shall we call it? Right, I'll have some. I might need to water this down a little bit because it's a bit. Oh, that's better. Okay, so this is a fresh lime, and it's also the shimmer paint. So. I'll have some of the Pure Sunshine. then this one is the, what was it called? Tangerine Dream. And then I think I'll have just a little bit more Pure Sunshine, because I'm blending it back out again. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit more of that lemon drop. And then maybe just a fraction more. There we go. Yeah, there's lots of Dylusions paints on the website, so and they are fabulous, and they do last a long time too. I think that's possibly one of the oldest ones I've got. Or it might be the Pure Sunshine. I don't know, but they are fabulous. So if I just, I'll move that out of the way a minute. I will attempt to use that up once I've finished. And I'll get my heat tool and just gently give it a waft. Okay, I'm just going to hold it up. Oh, that bit's still a little bit wet there. So you can have a look. Can you see that shimmer? So this one isn't a shimmer one, but all the others are. So you can see how it glistens. It's fab. Okay, it's almost dry. I just managed to get it on my fingers, but it's almost dry. Thank you. I'm glad you can see it. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag, so you're gonna have, if I ask you a question and then it goes quiet for a bit, it's because I'm waiting to see the replies. They don't seem to come through half as quickly as they were doing. Okay, so I think I will set that aside for a minute or two, and then we'll get some stamps out. So the last couple of weeks I think I've overused my Dandy Daisy. There's various, I've got a stack of stamps there that need putting away again. Being bad. Okay. So, no, that's the words. This is the folder I was looking for. No, it's not. It's here somewhere. I see it. It's looking for This is my Journaling Essentials folder. Okay. That one's just slid out. Okay. So I was thinking that some of these leaves, or possibly some of the other leaves. Shall we go leafy? What do we think? Or shall we go flowery? Those. There's also this set. What do we think? Leafy or flowery or a bit of both? Any requests? Oh, Bev, can't you find it? Oh no. I think it's time you had a new set, to be honest. I'll just put the birdies back in whilst I'm here as well. That's Journaling Essentials 6. Hi, Dominique! Which has also got leaves on it. So, flowers, leaves, what do we think? This is the background at the moment. What do we think? Shall we go for a bit of both? I'm not seeing a reply at the minute, so I'm going to get those out. So that's Journaling Essentials 5. And maybe 7. Do we think? Go for those two. Right. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is put some extra. Oh no, I'm going to stamp these flowers. I do like these flowers. I've used them quite a lot on various things. They're probably not quite as favourite as the what's it ones, the sunflower, but things like that, they're just fab. And I'm going to need an acrylic block. Here we go. Now, I have some bits of, these are some of those pages that I've torn out of the same journal in order to make it close, because there's quite a lot of layers in there, so I'll use some of that, and we'll have some, let's find clear ink. I'm going to cut these out. So, how's everybody doing? Are we all enjoying the heat? Okay. So I will colour those in now. I'm thinking, shall we go for a real contrasting colour to those citrus tones? I've got my Eco Line pens here, so shall we go for some turquoise maybe? Yeah, and that's my only. The warm weather is nice, but yeah, I could probably do with some cooler nights and some rain in the garden, because my plants are suffering a bit. So we'll go for some turquoise and blue, and some pale green. See what those look like. Might get that. Oh, that is a very pale green. No, I want something a bit deeper than that. Let's go for this one. That's better. Yeah, that would work, Moira. Yeah, I'll have a yellow too. Maybe a nice warm yellow actually. Middle of my flower. I think I'm going to use all the colours. I'm also going to get a paintbrush and just add a bit of water to this, because pull the colour out a bit. Can you all see that all right? Do you want me to zoom in a bit, or are you okay with me at that distance sort of thing? I'm just going to colour all these in. I was leaving a few, but no, I'll go for all of them. And then I'll just go around the edges of those with a darker pen. I'm not doing this very carefully, but it's okay because it being water-based, you can soften any edges with a wet brush. Oh, we've not had any rain for about a fortnight here. It's very dry. I bought some herb plants today and trying to put them in, it was like digging concrete. It really was. Might go for some purple. That's my purple ones. Let me just check which shades of... I think that's the purplier purple. Don't know. Probably not that one. One of each, I think. Oh, bless you. Yeah, I knew at one point there was thunderstorms over your way, but I didn't realise you'd had all the rain. If you send, I'm very happy for you to send some up here, especially if it's just of an evening, you know. I'll gladly accept your rain if it means we don't have to water the garden. Okay. What's this one called? Ultramarine Violet. It's very unusual for you to have such low levels of water, isn't it, then? Okay. Yeah, that one's bled a little bit around the edge, but it's okay because I'm cutting them out. It's fine. I might just a bit darker green on the stems too. Let's bring that page back in for a minute and have a look at what they look like on that background. So there's a background. I think those are going to be fabulous. Don't know, we might have two on one page and one on another. I'm not sure yet, but they'll stand out nicely against that background. So sometimes it's nice to have things that match, and sometimes it's nice to have things that contrast. So it's entirely up to you. Hoping it doesn't rain on the bank holiday, because I'll be visiting Lynn then. This background's definitely going to need some more stuff on it. So do I add some stenciled leaves, or shall I just stick with stamped leaves, and shall I go for some stenciled? I feel like it needs a bit of dots or something like that. What do you reckon? I do like some dots. Yeah, the other thing about these flowers is they are very easy to cut out. Doesn't take long at all, does it? Oh, egg timers. That would be... I like your thinking, Alison. Maybe both, actually. I have noticed, I don't know, sorry, I went quite a bit there, didn't I? And then, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed I have a tendency, and is this just me or is this everybody? I have a tendency to put my sentiment on the left and my focal image on the right. Do other people do the same? Let me know. Shall I go the opposite way round today just because I can? Away from the norm. I say I've noticed. I suppose I ought to check really to see if that's what I do. But it feels like that's what I do. Is this something stemming back from as a kid having the writing that you have to read on the left and the picture to go with it on the right in books? I don't know. We could do a scientific study on it. I just automatically put the things that my focal image on that side, and I shouldn't. I should try and vary it a bit more. Yeah, I think I do that. Yeah, do that as well, Alison. I think splitting sentiments up and putting, or if it's three, sort of one at the top, one in the middle, and one near the bottom in a sort of diagonal thing. Possibly, Lynn. Yes. My brain works. Yeah, my brain doesn't work sometimes, I tell you. I don't know if it's the hot weather, but I've been struggling with words all week. There's been lots of thingies and doodahs and what's its and yeah. That's all right, Angela. Good to have you here. Right, so I'm intrigued now. Now I've finished those, I'm going to flick back through my journal a minute. So, focal image, sentiment. It's a whole load of pages there with nothing on. Focal image, sentiment. Two separate ones. Focal image, sentiment. Bit of mixture on that one. That one's the other way around. See, that was me not concentrating. Those two separate ones anyway. Those are two separate ones. Focal image in the middle there. Sentiment up at the top. Two separate ones. Yeah, there's a mixture, but not as much of a mixture as there should be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on this side. Cut that bottom bit off. So I think we're going to put that nose there on that side, and then we'll have a sentiment over this side. But first of all, right, what did we say? Dots or egg timers, wasn't it? Where's me egg timers? Probably here somewhere. There we go. Those ones. What? Do I go for a colour or do I go for black? Black, I think. So we'll use some black soot distress oxide. Oh yeah, like that. And then I think we will also have some dots. This is Dinkable Set 2, I believe. I think that will do us. Okay, so that's... haven't decided yet whether I'll have them like that or I don't know. I'll have a think about it before I stick them down, but we'll put some stamping on there first. Okay, so I did say some stamped leaves, didn't I? Ooh. Just found, is that off there? No. Is it off this one? Yes. There we go. Right, so I think I'm going to use some of these worker stamps off this set. There's another one that's escaped. Look, oh, that's off that one as well. So this one, which is just like, where is it? This one in the middle, with its lines and its dots. Very handy. And again, I'm going to use the black soot distress oxide. And just randomly stamp it vertically and horizontally in places around the page. Oops. Oh, that wasn't very good. Never mind. Right. I think I'd have probably been better off sticking it to the end of my finger and doing it rather than having it on an acrylic block, but there we go. Right, and we'll have some of these little crosses as well. And this time I am just going to stick it on my finger. And we'll do black again. There we go. Right. Now, I'm looking at these now. I'm wondering if they're a bit on the big side. Now I'm going to go with it. What I do think I'm going to do, rather than stamping directly onto the page, I'm going to use some what's the word? Tissue, stamping tissue. Those were the words I was looking for. Okay. Right, so I've got some stamping tissue here. Just having a look, actually. I think this one might be slightly flatter. So with the Bee Crafty stamping tissue, it comes in 2 size packs. You get 6 and 3, I think. I can't quite remember. Okay. I'll get some bigger scissors. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces there. I'll probably just use 3. Now, there's 2 sides to most tissue, although with the Bee Crafty one, it is very, very similar. And really, it doesn't matter which side you stamp with. I don't know why, but I tend to stamp on the slightly less shiny side. I think it's very, very, very slight, but I think there's slightly less run with it that way, which is the opposite way to what you'd expect, really. But now, as you can see, it's come through onto my glass mat, so I'll just give that a wipe so I don't leave it everywhere, because I know what I'm like. Right. So that's one. I've just knocked a piece off the table. Never mind. I'll do this one next. Okay. I think I'll have another one of that one. Gosh, I didn't realise what the time was. I am sorry. Keeping you here for a long time. Right, I don't know if I will need all of these, but we'll see. Right, this doesn't... You can use a wet paintbrush to do this, or you can use scissors. They are fabulous leaves, and it doesn't matter how you stamp them, they always look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, treat yourself, Angela, go on. I've also used the, we've got the transparency sheets with an even bigger version of the leaf on, which I've used loads as well. They are just wonderful. Right. I know I don't need to bother quite so much with this because it's going to go transparent, but you know. I'm not sure if I know there's one or two things that are on offer at the moment. I'm sure Bev will tell us. I did notice when I was looking earlier. Actually, before I cut that, let's just do this. I think let's just lay it on and see if it works like this. So I was just thinking, if I do the leaf about there, and then that flower sort of slightly overlapping it, and then a flower here and a flower maybe even on the other page, actually, maybe something like that, and then put my sentiment there. Might only need one leaf, I don't know, we'll see. Let's stick this down first. I have to excuse my noises that my matte medium is making. Oh, I've torn it. Darn. Come on. So I might actually cover that up, that issue just there, with the flower at a very slight angle. Or do I do it with one? Let's do it with one of the little ones. There we go. I'll put that one there. Well, this one seems to have a bit more in. That's good. I might go for this one over this side, slightly higher up, and put my sentiment in the middle, and then this one there. Okay, so the last thing to do is to find a sentiment. So I've got some sentiments out here already. So anything there that you think we ought to use. We've got things like connect with nature, stay wild and free, sunshine mixed with a little hurricane. Shall we have that one? Sunshine mixed with a little, because yeah, let's do that. I think sunshine mixed. Right, so I'm just going to trim the ends off these a second. And then, of course, once this, I'll wait until they're dry, because no me, it'll mess it up. I will trim just the end of those stems off just there. So there you go. It probably needs a bit of a white splatter or two as well, but I will look at it again in 5 minutes and decide then. But thank you so much for joining me. Do go onto the website, have a look at what's there, and you know, I think if you can keep small businesses going like Bee Crafty by just buying things here and there, please do, because you know there's a lot of bigger companies going under at the moment, and I think, you know, we need to support those people who are very much earning their living from creating the stuff that we love to use. So if those leaves take your fancy, treat yourself, go on. It's not going to break the bank, one set of stamps. But if you can't buy the stamps, obviously, there, like I say, there are the transparencies, which are just £1.99, I think. So you can have that leaf and that leaf there in a bigger version so cheaply. It's quite frankly amazing. Right. Bev will, I think it's Bev, will be back tomorrow on Crafting Together with All Brands, and she'll also be on TikTok on Friday. So if you can tune in, please do. If you haven't seen her live from yesterday, where she was decorating the most fabulous page in her MDF journal, then go and have a look at that, because it was brilliant. Yeah, and also take a look at the blog, because there's been some fabulous stuff as well from Alison and from Kaylee on there. So lots and lots of inspiration, and enter the challenge, please. Okay, I've kept you long enough. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.